What is up, internet world, and welcome back to Accelerate. I'm Mike, he's Ian, and today we bring you the Toyota Crown. From doing no Toyotas at all to doing lots of Toyotas. If this is your first time on Accelerate, please do us a favor and subscribe because a lot of Toyotas are coming your way, including this, the Toyota Crown. So quick story, I used to sell cars for Audi, but before then, I actually worked for Toyota for 5 days. I sold 10 cars, and that is where I jumped into the back seat of an Avalon, and I tried out the reclining seat for the first time. So Avalon's gone in 2022, so for 2023, they brought this, the Crown, to North America. It's all new, but the name is not new. It was actually launched in 1955 in Japan, and they did bring it to the US for a period of about 20 years or so, but now it is new, the Crown. Yep, here it is. And we're gonna talk about the front, the side, the back, and of course the interior. I'm gonna take it for a little zip and let you guys know how exciting or boring it actually is. In the 2023 Toyota Crown Limited with a CVT and a combined power of 236 horsepower. Let's see what this thing does to 60. I'm in sport mode. Both my pedals are pressed all the way down, and let's go. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Not bad, actually. Wow. Not bad, not bad. What do we got? 7.28. Okay, 7.28. Felt fast. I was expecting the sixes, but it felt faster than that. I think that's what's important. How I feel, how the user feels when they're driving the car. There's no click down on the accelerator because it is a CVT, but it doesn't feel as slow at 7.28. So hey, I'm pretty content.
So how does that stack up? Well, it's slightly slower than a 2023 Honda Pilot and slightly faster than a 2024 Kia Seltos. If you want more power, you're gonna jump up to that Hybrid Max, and then you should get 0 to 60 in like 5.7 seconds.
So let's talk about trim levels and where they stack up against each other. Now, in Canada, you can get it as an XLE, you can get it as a Platinum, but in the US, they have it as the XLE, the Limited, and the Platinum. The base XLE starting at $39,950, and the Platinum starting at $52,350. So there are two different powertrains that you can buy when you get a Crown. If you opt for the XLE or the Limited, you get the 2.5 liter with 3 electric motors, making 236 horsepower. That's made it to a CVT transmission. So if you opt for the Platinum model, then you get the 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-banger that also has an electric motor in the rear axle, and that is tied to a 6-speed transmission, and it makes 340 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. Yep, that's only available in the Platinum. When you get the XLE or the Limited, which is kind of strange because Limited sounds really heavy-duty or expensive or luxurious, you actually don't get the bigger engine. You have to get yourself the Platinum to get it. To the front of the Toyota Crown, take a look. It doesn't look like any Toyota you've ever seen or I've ever seen. So if we start at the top here, take a look at this little cutout here where the front fender meets. I was expecting this light to actually come up from this angle right here. Very long hood. It's kind of stout though on the front, right? The tip here. So Toyota badge. Over here you have your headlights with an LED across the top for your DRLs. Then you have a bumper that sticks really far forward, very Lexus-ish if you ask me. Lots of piano black, like a ton of piano black on the front, including your radar right there. Take a look at this front grille. It is completely closed off like most electric cars today. There is some openings at the top and some openings on the bottom, but this signifies to me that it's pretty much all electric, but it's not because there's an engine inside, and the engine is pretty much running most of the time, not the battery. But it's okay, we'll get there. Moving down from that, you do have a silver trim that goes along the front to make the car appear very, very wide, and then more piano black on the lower valence. Yeah. So this Crown is built on the same platform as the Sienna and the Camry. So it's not gonna have any full electrification done to it. It's gonna have hybrid the whole time. But what catches your eye at first is the height. This right here looks very, very high, yet is only 0.1 inches higher than a Camry. However, compared to a Camry in total height, it's actually 4.1 inches higher, which means the people inside the cabin are going to sit more upright. They have more headroom. For all the people out there thinking about buying a Camry. So if we talk about the side here, these are 19-inch wheels. You do get this trim all along the side, more durable. I'm not sure why, because it's supposed to be luxurious. Then you have a lot of piano black along the side, more trim there. You've got a little bit of satin black right there. You have your indicators. Do we have a 360 camera? No, we do not. What is going on? I know it's only a limited. Anyways, as we move down here, you do have handles that have lock there and a handle that has lock here. So both handles all the way around can lock and unlock the door. But this right here is the design factor. Is this a hatchback? Is this a sportback? Or is it a regular trunk? Now, as I wrap around to the back to find out if it's actually a trunk or a sportback, hatchback, I saw these two little canards. Those things are to lower the wind resistance so it glides through the air better. Now, take a look at this rear light bar. This one is not illuminated, is it? Yes, it is. When I'm looking like this, it doesn't look illuminated, but from here, it is definitely illuminated. You have your Toyota badge, and then you have your rear camera. Now, my first thing was like, hey, this thing is definitely to open up the trunk, but it's not. It's actually hidden down here. So look right there. There's a button. When I push it, I will find out. It's a trunk. It is not a hatchback. Missed opportunity. Nonetheless, it says Crown right there, CROWN Limited and all-wheel drive. And then from there, it's pretty much no exhaust because, again, we are being eco-friendly. Front seat of the Toyota Crown. All right, this feels very wrapped. Look at how wrapped this dash looks. Good. Okay. I like how they've integrated the brown in here. Feels very modern. So screens, you got 12.3, 12.3. Has wireless CarPlay. The same software exactly as the Highlander we have over there. This has the JBL sound system. You do have a massive moonroof or panoramic sunroof, but it has this little brace in the middle, kind of odd because you have a small little guy here and a large little guy in the back. I do have memory seat 1 and 2. I do have all your typical stuff, fairly straightforward, basic. I do have a heated windshield. I do have a steering wheel that is sort of luxurious, I guess. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I remember the Avalon being a little bit more luxurious than this. This is more clean. This is more, the materials are definitely tighter here. It does have ventilated seats as well as heated 3 increments. I do have a center knob in the middle in rose gold and rose gold trim across the top. That part looks premium. And then where it wraps around that vent on that side is really cool and modern. But it's more modern than luxurious, that is for sure. I do have very skinny vents underneath it to give it that like bold look when I'm looking at this dash. I do have a power button that's exactly the same as pretty much every other Toyota that I've reviewed so far. And then I have this unique wireless charger. Check this out. It actually has a specific spot I sighted in there, but it's a lot of wasted space. You need to have 2 wireless chargers, Toyota. One there and one in front of it because there's enough space to fit 2 more cell phones. And then I have 2 blank buttons here. I do have 2 USB-Cs, a little storage compartment for some goodies with this little separator, and then I do have 1 and 2 cup holders. Now, if I want to focus on being more sporty, well, I have drive modes, and I can move it up and down, and I can see sport, normal, and eco. And then if I want to be super economical, I can hit this EV mode button to make sure that I'm in full hybrid mode or as electric as possible. And then a little bit of piano black trim, just incorporating my electromechanical parking brake. And if you're wondering about the center console here, well, it does open up both ways, just like the Lexus does. And inside it, I have a fair amount of room along with 1 USB. Now the driver's display is the 12.3 as well as the infotainment. So let me show you a quick few features of the infotainment. I'm in the nav screen right now and you can see how fast it is when I zoom in and out. On the top here, it tells you the satellite data you're getting as well as the time as well as Bluetooth. Then you have your audio. When I click audio, it asks me to enable audio. And here it's pretty straightforward. You get to see your FM, AM, and of course satellite radio. And then if you would like to tune it, it is right there. Then you have your phone, your vehicle, which is again, very straightforward, very easy, and not a lot of fluff. Climate comfort, trip information, energy flow, and vehicle alert. So when I click energy flow, look at the actual diagram. It shows you Very, very basic. This is, again, not fluff, just straightforward Toyota. When I go to settings, it gives you personal info, Bluetooth, of course, general, notifications. Again, very, very basic stuff. Most people are going to use Apple CarPlay, and this is how it looks. Back seat of the Crown. It's exactly what I was expecting. Very high seating position, sort of like theater seating. Lots of padding. This is very, very comfortable. More comfortable in the front, if I'm being honest. These seats are excellent in the back. I feel very prestigious. Very plain door panels, but it says JBL, so I have a little tweeter there and a little speaker underneath there. I have heated seats, only one increment, and I have a USB-C per side. It's kind of really designed as a 4-seater, I wouldn't say a 5, only because if they were thinking they put 3 USB-Cs and not just 2, because people in the back, in the middle, also are human. Now, everything else back here seems pretty straightforward. You do have 2 little pockets, one behind each seat. In the center console or armrest here, I have 2 cup holders. I do have rose gold piping around the headrest, only on the left and right side, and rose gold along the side of the trim in piping. Other than that, yeah, pretty straightforward back seats. Very, very high, exactly what I expected. So how much room do we have in the back of the Crown? Now, in terms of depth, we have 46 inches, and in terms of width, it has just about 43. If I go to its highest point, it's about 46. However, that's going to be hard to use. I'd probably say 43 is the number that everybody should be looking at when trying to put stuff larger than normal. Pull these guys, the seats fold down. It does have a 60-40 split. That is how you put the seats down. And in terms of closing the trunk, this Limited is not powered. You have to physically either grab it like this, or you can put your fingerprints all over the back, and then you can close it. So now I'm in the city, and for the boring part of the conversation, mileage and performance. Well, this thing is a hybrid. This is the most inexpensive one you can buy from an engine perspective. This is not the Max, this is the Limited, which is kind of weird because it's limited, but it's not, you know, the better engine. This is like the most economical engine, and I've been averaging 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Again, we're in Canada, so I'll be talking liters, not miles per gallon. So 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Which is really good numbers. However, this engine seems to want to come on all the time, and I've been driving it for the last 5 days on or off around the city. It's super quiet when I come to a stop. The engine is obviously off. I'm in hybrid mode, so it just gets me off the go, and then it's all engine. So I'm like kind of confused about what this vibe is. Come to a stop, now it's all quiet, I'm saving fuel. Okay, maybe that's the vibe. Just a lot of bumper to bumper traffic. Here I am in traffic, and now I'm in drive, and the car is in hybrid mode. It is quiet, and I can roll out fairly good to about 20 kilometers now. Now the engine kicks in about 20, and it's kind of been the same theme for the last 15 minutes in the city. When I pass 20 kilometers or 30 kilometers an hour, the engine will automatically kick on, and it gets a little bit loud when I get on it. The engine's a little bit loud. It should be quieter, but it's not. It's still a little bit loud, and considering it's a Limited, it's like it gives you all the fluff inside and gives you the smaller motor, but it should give you more EV-ness out of it. And when I press the EV mode button, it says EV mode unavailable, reduce acceleration to activate. Well, I'm just going really slow next to this really old beat up Sentra with duct tape all over it. So how's the ride and visibility? Well, lots of glass everywhere, so I would say it's pretty good. I don't see any complaints here. It drives fair. I wouldn't say it drives ultra luxurious. I would say that it looks different, and that's why people would probably buy one. They want something unique, they want the reliability, and I think that the Crown offers that. And it's just different. they just don't make anything like this. So again, seeing how finances line up, how payments line up, how the check and balances line up, then maybe this is a good option for you, because inside it's fairly standard. Again, nothing crazy pop, and it gives you all the tech now, very simplistic to use. And yeah, that's my fairly basic review of the 2023 Toyota Crown. We're not the first ones to do it, we're probably the last ones to do it. So thanks for watching, and we appreciate all your support. Catch you on the next one.